Well, here we go. We are live, and look, I'm with my boy Angelo. It's been a long time, Ange. I know we had some away visits. I was out visiting family in California. You were home. You actually traveled a little bit. You were in Colorado, and we spent New Year's together. I came
You
back
did.
just to spend New Year's with you.
There we go.
I mean, look, I know you were waiting for some sort of dig because
I was.
like
I was prepared.
That you love to do those little digs at me at the end of your little intros on all of our bad takes. Josh Thompson, like, you were used to losing fights, and and this and that.
These are called
I
facts.
Look, you tend to lose some. I had like 40 something fights, bro. Losing 8 fights is not bad.
Is it 8 though?
Yeah, it's 8. It's 8. I have a no contest in there. The Kid Yamamoto one. Yeah,
it's 9, Josh. It's 9.
CTE 8, 9, whatever. Right? In this day and age, 6, 7, right? I got my daughter and my son running around the house. My son doesn't say it as much anymore. It's not as cool as it used to be.
I hope it stops being cool real quick because
it's kind of done. It's kind of done. He's like, I've already moved on to 4-1. I'm like,
dude, mine said 9/11. It's like, you guys don't know what that actually is.
Yeah, you might want to steer them away from that. Let's just go ahead and steer them away from that little area. Look, I want to thank you guys. Hey, Dave Sandan, thanks for being a member again. And look, 4 months, man, 4 months. Thank you so much for continuing.
Wait, that's so weird. What's his comment for his 4-month membership? I'm trying to read what that says. Let's go ahead and put that on the screen so we can.
Let me see it.
Yeah. No, let's zoom in on that.
Okay.
Seems important. Team Angelo.
Oh man.
I did read that correctly.
Did you?
Right. Yeah. No, I did read that correctly. Thank God.
Connecticut education's paying off.
Oh, yeah. Top 3 public schools in the country.
I don't know. Maybe back when you were there, right? Like
that's the only time it matters. I don't care about now.
20-some years ago.
I care about what I got.
It's funny because you moved your kids to Texas to get a better education. That's what's funny. Hey, there was I thought this was a real fight announcement, but I'm looking around. I haven't seen it announced actually by the UFC, but they've already got dates and stuff. They're talking about JDM versus Carlos Prates, April in Miami, UFC 327. That seems to be the rumor that's going around. I'm hearing it too from some friends that work for the UFC, but they said like they can't confirm it to be 100%. So look, I put this on the flyer. I'm going to have to change the thumbnail because that's really what it says. It says fight announced, but I don't think it's been officially announced. I got all excited about it. Do you think this is a good matchup?
It's a fun fight. It's a good fight to make for sure. 2 primary strikers. We just watched JDM get absolutely out-grappled. Prates obviously just won that fight against Leon Edwards, who tried to grapple him, had some success, and then those tables turned. I just think it's a fun matchup. It makes sense. Prates, to me, when you're doing the matchmaking, you're looking for fun fights, exciting fights, trying to move certain people towards the belt. I don't think Prates will ever be a champion, right? I don't think he has those specific skill sets. So I don't think we need to put him on a path towards that, but I think giving him fun, exciting fights against other primary strikers will just give us what we want. He'll make a ton of money and everybody will be happy. And I think this is one of those fights.
So weird you said that because, like you said, not put him on a path. This literally puts him right there to become the next fight.
It definitely does because JDM's a former champ, but he's primarily a striker. So it is it's striker versus striker. So I'm okay with it. If it was, I don't know, Bilal. Right. It's like, I don't know if I want to see that because if Bilal win, like I want to enjoy a Carlos Prates fight. I want to see him loosen up, let his hands go. And this fight will let us do that. And if he loses, it's fine. JDM's then exciting. It should be a fun striking match. I'm good for it.
I guess for me, like really, how does this shake out? Like I would have rather have seen, like with all the trash talk and everything that Ian Gary does, I would have rather have seen Jack Della Maddalena and Ian Gary fight. The reason why I wanted to see that fight is because I'm getting sick and tired of Ian Gary out there stroking himself, basically saying he should be next in line. Dude, you should not be next in line. If anyone should be next in line, it should be Shavkat. Just 100%, it should be Shavkat. Now, if it's not going to be Shavkat because of the layoff, then let's go ahead and slide Morales in there. He's undefeated. He's got more finishes, I think, than Ian Gary does and half as many fights.
Yeah, I'm complaining about Ian Gary until you know who Ian Gary's fighting next.
Sense some sarcasm, though, in that voice. Okay, I was just making a little. But bottom line is, I don't think that Ian Gary should be next. It just should not be him.
But he probably isn't. I mean, it's looking like it's Usman. Everybody's begging for everybody, as in the actual champion, the champion's manager. They're all begging for Usman. So it's probably Usman, who I
Let me ask you this. You say no, maybe you say no. Do you say no to Kamaru Usman? You don't like that fight?
Personally, I'd rather see a different fight.
Okay, you'd rather see a different fight. What's a different fight you would rather see?
The Morales one. He's undefeated. Probably the Morales one, or Shavkat. Morales or Shavkat, two undefeated guys. Both are capable grapplers. I think Islam smothers Ian Gary. Like I think Morales or Shavkat over Usman. Do Ian Gary versus Usman. Boom.
Ian Gary versus, there you go. I'm down with that. I'm getting a little irritated. Every time I click on the internet, I see Ian Gary with his whiny ass voice just talking about, oh, I'm next. This guy's irrelevant. This guy's this guy's that. Dude, the guy you said was irrelevant was a multi-time world champion, welterweight world champion, defended his title multiple times. Like, he's not irrelevant. Okay, he's got that title above his name that makes him a former world champion. Like, that to me sells more than Ian Gary. Now, I'm not going to dig on Ian Gary too much. Okay, I just wanted to get that off my chest because every time I seem to click on X or anytime I seem to click on Instagram, this dude's out there just going, this guy doesn't deserve it. This guy doesn't deserve it. You lost 2 fights ago. Like,
so did Usman.
Shavkat, he went up on 10 days notice. I know you're.
Ian Gary lost on short notice too.
You're trying. I don't believe so.
He was supposed to fight Joaquin Buckley.
They
moved him a whole ass card and threw him in
him a whole card, like not a whole card sooner.
It's a short notice opponent.
It's a short notice opponent.
They shuffled everything.
He was still fighting.
Hey, if we're gonna make excuses for Usman, we're gonna make excuses for Ian Gary.
Usman. I'm saying, but Usman went up and fought Chimaev, who's now the current champ. Look, let's not even get into this whole debate on that situation, okay? Because you're gonna get me in this whole tangent.
The last person Leon Edwards beat was Kamaru Usman, and since then he's been getting murdered.
Yeah. He defended his title, right?
Yes, you're right. Yeah. That's not the last person he beat. He beat Kobe Covington.
Yeah.
And since then, he's been getting murdered.
But my take on this whole thing is, look, Ian Gary needs to slide out. Like, I think, look, I would have liked to have seen Ian Gary, JDM, and I'll have Shavkat slide into that mix, and then you throw Morales, another guy. Okay? I don't know who. Maybe you should have given him Prates. That seemed like the matchups to make. Is that, look, if Ian Gary's the one that's active, he's stroking the UFC, he's doing everything he can. Look, he's doing what he can to get himself to the title, but he just lost 2 fights ago to Shavkat. Shavkat not being active kind of hurts him a little bit.
Yeah, his issue is he's not ready. I think the UFC's tried to offer him a title fight multiple times, and he's just not ready. He's hurt and this and that. So what are you supposed to do? You just got to move on.
But the inactivity of Shavkat, because that's the last person that Ian Gary and the only person that Ian Gary's lost to, that kind of hurts him. Because he hasn't lost since then. He hasn't fought either since then. So it kind of puts Ian Gary in a weird position. Like, I fought you a year and a half ago. You haven't fought since. And I need you to get a win or get to the title so I can move forward and with my wins. It kind of stalemates him a little bit because Shavkat hasn't got a win since.
Yeah, but Ian Gary, I agree. But Ian Gary just beat a former world champion.
Yeah. Do you look at Ian Gary and go, you're the decision king?
He's definitely not. It doesn't help. He's definitely not like super exciting. But he does run his mouth. He represents an entire country, which people, the UFC enjoys that. He represents a whole country. He can adapt in fights. He can strike. He can grapple. He carries himself well. I'm not a huge Ian Gary fan, but I don't hate Ian Gary getting the title shot. I don't think I think if we're ranking who deserves next, I would say probably Shavkat, then Morales. You can flip them, but Shavkat, I think, whatever. Shavkat, Morales. I think Usman's there. Like, I don't think it's absurd to talk about Usman, but I don't think he's should definitely be next.
Yeah.
Then you could do Ian Gary.
Okay. I'll get behind you on that. For me, the way I would have seen it laying out, I thought they would have done Ian Gary versus JDM. 2 strikers. Let's just look. Ian Gary tries to be as active as possible. He tries to, he does what he can to stay in the good graces of the UFC. He's a company guy.
He's done 2 different short notice fights, both very dangerous. So you got to give him credit. He did a true short notice against Prates. That was short notice because that was supposed to be Jamal Hill and Khalil Roundtree. That fight got moved, so they needed a main event, and they threw Ian Gary and Carlos Prates on there in a couple weeks' notice. Yeah. So that was short notice against a dangerous striker. The Shavkat fight was a short notice opponent, completely mixed up, not even for a title. He took that big of it because he could have just fought Joaquin Buckley, headlined a regional fight night, beat Buckley, and been fine. Instead, he took a chance. So I don't love Ian Gary, but I do think he deserves some credit for stepping up on short notice more than one time and doing a decent. He's the only person that made Shavkat look human. Yeah. That wasn't a blowout, and he didn't get finished.
Let's not forget, I believe it was in round 4. He ended up taking Shavkat's back.
Yeah.
His back, for a moment there. He actually hit like a little takedown, kind of got to his back, got the hooks in, controlled the back for a while, and Shavkat was just like, okay, I'm okay. But regardless, he still had his back taken by a striker, and he was able to maintain that position for a little bit. I look at, I continue to go on to this. I agree with you. Shavkat's got to be either next. Or it's going to be Morales. Those are the 2 that are most deserving. Like, I have always been the person I'm not against the Kamaru Usman fight to step up because it's name value, and I get where Islam's coming from. He wants to fight the person with the biggest name. The other thing that Islam said, and I thought was very, very true, Kamaru Usman probably beats all 3 of them.
Who?
The Morales one. Kamaru Usman probably beats Shavkat. I don't know about Morales. Morales is still young and not enough sample size. He's so good. He's been so dominant. He's got all these finishes. Like, he makes it look easy. He's out there like just kind of like flowing through it. Ian Gary, I think Kamaru Usman beats Ian Gary. And so I guess I put it also too in that position. Like, if you're gonna have Kamaru Usman fight, he probably beats those guys. So what are we doing there?
I don't know. I don't. It's hard to just completely disagree because Kamaru Usman is one of the better welterweights of all time, but he's old. He's a shell of himself. He looked good. He did very handily beat Joaquin Buckley, but I mean, Buckley clearly has some giant grappling holes. And I think Ian Gary's takedown defense is far better. Ian Gary's much longer. Ian Gary's going to be the better striker. I think Ian Gary's a pretty tough fight. I don't think it's easy. And it might look like the Bilal fight where Ian Gary's just using range, staying on the outside, dotting him up. And we don't know if he beats Shavkat. I mean, Shavkat eats horse meat and has looked amazing so far. And we don't know about, I don't think it's like, and also let me back up. I think you just got caught in some boomer bullshit with some fake Twitter or fake Facebook account announcing fake fights. I just checked everywhere. This fight exists nowhere. And I checked Marcel on Twitter, the only reputable fight leaker. Everybody else, the one dude's this big, that dude's an idiot. Everybody else is just doing stuff for clicks. I think you got caught up in the old man. Everything I see on the internet is true. There is nowhere announcing that
I think this fight comes true. I think this fight comes true.
If
it's not going to be Prates, then I would imagine it'll be Ian Gary. That puts him as the number 1 guy, so we can get rid of his whining, and they have someone sliding in to fight Islam. That would make the most sense. Then you have Shavkat, who knows when he's going to be back. He's saying he'll be back at the end of January, early February is when he'll return to the cage.
Problem with Shavkat, at this point, you can't believe anything he says. He's hurt all the time. It's crazy. It's crazy. He's either insanely delicate or trains too hard or a combination of the two. It's like, how are you hurt this often? It's nuts.
Yeah, this guy right here, the WMMA. Like, is that women's MMA? Is that what you're talking about? The WMMA? Is that what you are? Look at, he's over here. Yep, Josh has been drinking the Boomer Kool-Aid. This guy talking hella smack. Come on, bro.
Yeah, because there's the fight that you put on this thumbnail doesn't exist.
WMMA, women's MMA. That's what I refer to you as, women's MMA.
Or the W's for winning.
Yeah. Winning never. No. Okay, I like how you just a little misdirection there, but no. Give me an ideal world how you see this thing shaking out in terms of the division.
Well, the fight that you brought up, I don't think exists. I think what should happen, because I don't know what will happen, especially with the White House card, because John Anik said there really is going to be like 6 title fights on that card. That screws everything up.
He did not say that. He said, I could see a world where it does happen. He didn't say.
I don't
No.
think
There
he
you
said I
got
could see
caught
a
up in the
world.
boomer. You got caught up in the boomer
find a real
talk.
quote. I'm gonna find a real quote.
He said, "I could see a world where that does happen." He didn't say it's going to happen.
He didn't say it's gonna happen. I think he said they're working towards that.
No, he
it
said,
wasn't
I
just
see
I
a
can see a
world. He's
world.
like, I could see. I think it was like I could see a world where it could happen. Go ahead, pull it up, boomer.
Well, I gotta Google now.
Yeah,
John Anik predicts 6 or 7 predicts. Where's the quote? Yeah, he's predicting. He's an insider.
No.
8 sounds idealistic and awfully ambitious, but I do believe they are moving in a direction towards 6 or 7 undisputed title fights. That's not, I could see. I believe they're moving in a direction towards. Okay, but see, this is where words matter, Joshua. The inside man says he thinks they're moving in that direction. So if that is true, if the inside man's belief is closer to truth than non-truth, it screws up a whole bunch of divisions for sure. I think you could. The fun part about that welterweight division is you could do any matchups you want, and somebody will complain, somebody will love them, and I think everybody's correct. I think you could do Ian Gary versus Buckley. I think you could do Ian Gary versus JDM. I think you could do Michael Morales not Buckley, Usman. You could do Michael Morales versus any of them. You could do Shavkat.
Getting your brothers confused, huh? That's what happens.
I think we could do any of those fights.
You know, they don't all look alike, right? I just want to throw that out there, buddy.
I don't even know what you're referencing.
Yeah,
I think we could do any of those fights and it'd be totally fine. I think the title-wise, it's probably gonna be Usman. That's who Ali wants. That's who Islam wants. That's what Usman wants. So I assume that's what they're gonna do. And then underneath that, I think you can do any matchups you want. As long as we do Prates versus a striker, I don't care which striker, pick one. As long as you do Prates versus striker, I'm good. Give me Ian Gary, fine. Give him JDM, fine. Prates versus striker, I'm good with that. Title fight, probably going to be Kamaru Usman.
Prates Shavkat would be a good fight.
I think Shavkat probably looks to wrestle or grapple in that.
Probably tries to. I think he probably tries
to. And his takedowns aren't great.
They're not. But as much as people talked about how good his
scramble skills are great, the takedowns are not great.
Prates versus Michael Morales is fun too, but then do you want to take a chance with
he might wrestle the shit out of him?
But with your 2 undefeated fighters, you have Shavkat and Morales. Do you want to take a chance with another guy who's just fun? Look, I would love to see Ian Gary and Ian Gary and JDM. That's a great matchup, and I'll throw you throw Prates in there against like Buckley, something along those lines.
Prates versus Joaquin Buckley could be good, but Joaquin's gonna wrestle his ass off.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think he has the continued wrestling to do that.
He's entering wrestling tournaments. He's doing the RAF.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same. In ideal world, look, this made up boomer fight. Give me how you see that fight going, though. JDM and Prates. Do you like that fight?
I think I do love that fight. Man, Prates is the more dangerous striker. I think JDM's the better striker. So I think JDM's just going to be a little cleaner, a little faster. And as long as he doesn't eat a huge one, I think he's fine. Because Ian Gary was winning some of the striking, some of the, not all. He started grappling against Prates because he was getting dotted up. But he was winning some of the striking exchanges, and it's because he managed range really well. JDM's a very, very good boxer.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure how that'll go. I'd probably lean JDM.
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards JDM as well. I think JDM has a little bit better grappling. I think he has an opportunity to get this fight to the ground also, but I think on the feet, he'll be just fine. So I think it'll be a fun fight. It'd be good for the fans, like you said. Prates is just one of those guys, though. You don't know what he's going to do. He could throw a spinning heel kick. He could, he could try to wrestle a little bit as well. He did a couple times in some of his fights, but he just loves to get out there and fight. You could tell he's enjoying it all while he's out there. And I love that about him.
And he's a personality. Like we don't get unique personalities in this sport very often anymore.
No.
We get individuals that we decide we love or hate, but we don't get like true unique people, right? It's a lot of carbon copy bullshit, a lot of just run my mouth. Maybe somebody's a little more likable than somebody else, but Prates is one of the few people that is unique. There's nobody like him right now. Yeah. Nobody. He drinks, he smokes, he has a good time. Like he doesn't give a shit. There's nobody like him right now.
Yeah.
Meaning, and I'm not saying he's the most unique person. I'm saying there's not who else is anything like him. He is this generation's party boy. He goes out there, he knocks people's heads off, he drinks whiskey, he smokes cigarettes, and he's just sweet. And he's a fun guy. You can watch in the cage, you can root for him. There's nobody else like him. So I think you do need to, I don't want to say protect it, but I think that needs to be front of mind because this is a finicky fan base. Couple bad losses in a row. That guy sucks. Get him out of here. So if they want to give him a super tough fight to see how good he actually is, I don't hate it. We did watch him lose to Ian Gary. I think we should stick with primary striker matchups.
I love the JDM fight. I think this ends up being a great fight, a fan favorite fight. One of them, JDM has the potential to get back on track. Maybe try to make another run. I mean, what did he have? He had like 11 fights in a row. He hadn't lost in 17 fights or something like that, right? JDM. And then he loses, to Islam, gets dominated. But there's no, I guess.
Problem is everybody that might happen to everybody in that division. So now you're just doing matchups for second place.
Very true. It's very true. I mean, and there's nothing I can say.
That's why the UFC is cutting Renat and the rest of these Dagestanis and Russians.
I don't think that's the truth as well. I think sometimes they're hard to deal with. Like I think Mokaev, was probably difficult to deal with.
I think he had personality issues. He was like rude to people.
Yeah. But then
and boring.
I think he's coming around. And I think he's coming around. He's realizing that making $4,000, $5,000 a fight to fight guys that potentially could beat him is not the way to make a living. And so even if he's making $10,000 to $12,000 or $15,000 out there on the small circuit, it's not the way to make a living. Look, I don't think any of these guys can beat Islam, so I'm going to leave it at that. But I've always said this is the guy that I think has the best chance would be Kamaru Usman, just because of the wrestling and the straight punches. He's got power. Ian Gary doesn't have any punching power. He's got great kicks. He has no power though. Okay, and he's not going to out wrestle or out grapple Islam. He could hit him with 3-4 pieces and maybe get him out of there that way. But I mean,
I don't think he beats Islam.
Yeah, I don't think he beats Islam.
But I don't know who does. But I think if I'm doing skill set versus skill set, Ian Gary's probably, regardless of how deserving he is of a title fight, I don't think he'll fare very well in there. Where I don't think Prates will either, but at least he's way more dangerous, right? He has a higher percentage chance of just landing something. Yeah. Michael Morales, national champion wrestler, we don't know, right? What he just did to Sean Brady was incredible. We don't know. Shavkat scramble skills, we don't know. But I'm almost positive Ian Gary's going to get taken down and held down. It's going to be bad. I'm almost positive the same thing with Carlos Prates, and we might just get a rinse and repeat of just laying there doing nothing.
Yeah, Michael Morales is like kind of the unicorn. Like no one knows. He's like the fabled creature that no one really knows what he has to offer because he's made everything look so easy. That's kind of where I'm at with him on that. You've got other guys. I think Sean Brady ends up going to 55. And I think Kamaru Usman's going to linger around there. Buckley's still, I think, someone to reckon with. Bonfim has a little run in him, I believe. I don't know if he'll ever get to the top. But there is something there. There is something there.
Bonfim's a quitter.
Well, there's the brothers.
No, no shit. Not a quitter, but he can be broken. Like we've watched him get broken by old ass Nicholas Dalby. Broke him. Like there's no way that dude's getting to a title. No way.
I'm just throwing it out there. He's there. He is there. So you got guys though, but that top 5, top 6 is fun. I think it's fun. I think it's entertaining. There's a lot of great matchups in there that we haven't seen yet. Yeah. The welter, and then you add Yaroslav Amosov is coming in there, so he'll make a little run in there as well. I'm throwing another guy in there that has a chance to make a little run in there. I just threw out Bonfim. I sure the fuck can throw out Yaroslav Amosov. So
at least I haven't seen that dude get broke by a 45-year-old against the cage.
No, he hasn't. He has not. I guess for me, like it really comes down to the welterweight division. For me right now is the best, I think, in the sport.
It's great.
It's definitely a great division.
Yeah.
Then I saw some comments from our boy Paddy Pimblett over in the UK. I think he was talking to Tom Aspinall, and he had said basically like this thing with Ilia Topuria could potentially get drug out. It sounds like it's getting nasty. I don't know if he has more feed on what's going on that side of the pond or whatever.
He did a did you see his second like press release?
No, I did not. No, what?
So the first one was, "This is why I'm stepping back. I love my family." This one was, I'm just gonna summarize it. It was basically like, there's reports that I'm being summoned to a domestic violence court case. That's not true. I'm being summoned for these other things. Like, it's definitely a nasty, ugly divorce. And, we don't know what's true or not true, but clearly her side's going to try to play it out in the public and destroy his image. Maybe it deserves to be destroyed. Maybe it doesn't. I have no idea what has or has not happened, but it's definitely not going well. He mentioned he hasn't seen his kid in a few months. Like it's going to be ugly, nasty. Does that mean he can't train and can't fight? No. Does that mean he's going to be, in an appropriate headspace to train and fight? Also, no. So yeah. It might go on for a very long time.
I get if it does go past the summer, should he vacate or should there be an interim title?
If he can't fight in the 1 year mark, you vacate. That used to be the rule. No, it used to be, vacate. That used to be the rule. 12 months gone.
Really? Because I've been in the sport a long time, since the beginning. I never heard that rule.
It's like an unofficial rule. Same with when there's 2 title fights on the card, you go with the heavier fighter. That's like an unofficial rule.
That's like the lamest fucking rule I've ever heard. It's an unofficial rule. It's the lamest rule ever.
It makes sense for the most part, but then you get little ass Conor McGregor on the same card as somebody bigger. It's like, he's still at the top. Yeah, we're gonna put him at the top of the card anyway.
Yeah, you are one of those guys, man. You're like the Conor McGregor nut hugger. Like you ride that,
dude.
Shit.
It's fun, man.
It's almost done.
I've been very vocal. He's never fighting again, but it's fun. Like this is the sport we love. Well, your mother's screen name is officially Iron Sack 55. That's a weird screen name for an old lady.
Iron Sack 55.
Weird screen name.
Oh, go ahead. Read that out loud, Angelo. Read it out loud for me, buddy. Josh is top 3 officially. Best looking UFC fighter of all time. No homo. I love that.
No, it says homo. No homo.
It says
he ended it calling you a homo.
I love that.
I bet you do.
I love that. I love
that. I bet you do.
I want to remind people, man, Misha Tate said I was the best looking guy in the sport of MMA.
What year?
This was like in
20 years ago?
2013, 2014, somewhere around there. Yeah, maybe 2015, somewhere around there. I think 2015, 2016. I think it was after I left the UFC, so 2016. Sometime around there.
Nice.
Don't get jealous. I could see that look.
I'm 5 pounds away from looking just like Ben Affleck. So I'm
5 pounds away, huh?
Yeah.
And a couple plastic surgeries. Oh, geez. What's the lipo? The lipo sucks. A little bit of that too. Yeah.
They have shots now. Apparently,
Ben's not a big. He's not a small guy.
Who's Ben?
Ben Affleck. You said Ben?
Oh, yeah.
He's not a small guy.
No, he's like 6'2", jacked. He's Batman, for Christ's sake.
I don't know if he's jacked anymore. He looks a little over the top.
He was jacked.
Yeah, he was.
I've never seen him fat, but he's either jacked or dad bod, probably.
He's getting a little dad bod now.
Yeah.
He's getting a little dad bod now.
When you have that much money, you're either fat as hell or jacked as hell. I don't think there's an in between.
Gosh, man. I mean, I think he got stressed out when he was chasing around J-Lo, and then when all that shit came out.
Women will ruin everything.
Yeah, about Diddy.
Making sure
the wifey ain't behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, I could see your daughters too. Dad said. I would love it.
She'll come in here and slap me on screen.
Let's tell this story real quick about how I was talking to you on the phone and I said, "What are you doing?" And you said, "I'm enjoying this nice fruit salad." And your daughter chimed in and said, "What?"
No, I was like, "You're like, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, just eating lunch, nice little fruit salad." And then my oldest in the background goes, "No, he had 2 Jersey Mike sandwiches." It's like, shut up.
She didn't skip a beat, man. It was right on after he said it, and it was hilarious. I just about fell out.
She wasn't even trying to be funny. She was just literally correcting me all loud. It's like,
she wasn't allowing you to lie.
Yeah,
that should let you guys all know. We were on the phone, and he felt the need to lie to me that he was eating fruit salad, like as if I could see what he was eating.
I said it sarcastically.
Sure. And then your daughter called you out. It was awesome. Awesome. I love it. I like the unwritten rule that you're talking about. If he doesn't fight within a year, he should vacate. I think it's okay.
I think interim titles are stupid as hell. I think there's only a few acceptable circumstances for an interim title, and it's if it's less than a year, or maybe it's a little more than a year, but let's say it's something outside of the fighter's control, like you were in a horrible accident, or some of the Korean fighters have to go to war, or have to serve mandatory military service, stuff like that. If you certain injuries, maybe, but I don't know. once you make it an interim title, it just diminishes the hell out of it. Like Tom Aspinall was the not only interim heavyweight champion, he defended the interim belt. He had a he has more title defenses than John Jones at heavyweight. And nobody for 1 second even considered him as a champion. And I think that's the problem with interim titles. I would rather it be a true title, but the real champs out there, like Ilia, right? Like Patty or Justin, neither one of them is the true champ, even if it's for the real belt, because Ilia's out there, he never lost it. I'd still rather that than an interim. Interim just, you just don't care, and it's not real. So I do prefer stripping than doing an interim title fight.
Yeah, I can understand that. What I liked was, who was it? Who was it that, jeez, man. Somebody just, it was Ilia Topuria. He literally just like vacated his title at 45. It's like, I'm going to 55. I'm out.
Well, that's because the UFC said no more 2-belt champs.
Yeah. I like the idea of if he's willing to go ahead and just put it down and step aside, I like that idea. I think that's best.
Because if you're the best in the world, if you're Ilia Topuria, you're the best in the world, you didn't lose the belt, but you can't fight. You come back, you fight whoever has the belt. And if you're the best in the world, you'll beat him. And if you're not the best in the world, you weren't going to beat him anyway. So what's the difference? Like
the layoff kind of has something to do with it, because he's not full, like you said, his brain's not fully focused on fighting right now. I don't want to see him fight if he's not fully focused.
No, but I guess my point is, what's the argument against stripping? Like, what's the argument against that? Like, I don't know.
It's a little bit of a slap in the face.
You can't fight.
Yeah.
Like, it's a slap in the face if the UFC's like, screw you, we're moving on. But the UFC's like, can you fight? No. Okay. Well, this division needs a title fight. So in this case, doing an interim title is all for show. It's all for show because they need a big title fight on the first numbered card, on Paramount. And I get it. That's fine. Because Ilia might be, he just won that belt like 7 months ago? It's not that long ago. And a lot of these champs fight once a year, maybe twice. Yeah. So it's like, it's not that crazy that the dude isn't going to fight until, because his official first note was first quarter. That's January, February, March. If he fights in April, you never needed to do an interim belt. That's an insane thing to do. So
yeah, I'll push it even,
and I think most of them are.
I'll push it even to June. If he can fight up until June, I'll go ahead. I'll take it. I'll take it. If you can't fight until the end of summer, let's go ahead and let's figure this out. Let's have somebody else step in. Let's go ahead and make it an interim title, or let's just vacate or have you vacate the title, and you'll get an automatic title shot when you come back. We're not going to make you get in the back of the line. You're not in the back of the bus trying to work your way back up. That's not going to happen.
I think they can work something out contract wise too. Because technically speaking, you take the belt, you're no longer the champ. That probably affects your pay, right? I'm sure there's clauses in your contract. So if they figure something out monetarily where it's like, hey, we're taking the belt from you because you can't fight. Maybe it's an injury, maybe it's drama with the wife. You can't fight, so we're going to take the belt away. As long as it doesn't destroy their money, like meaning they'll get paid as if they're the champ with their first fight back, then I think you move on and you let the fans be, watch a division move forward.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at that division, though, I mean, how do you see that shaking out, though? Because when you've got Ilia, if he does vacate, let's just say he steps away. Like you've got Patty, who potentially, and Justin Gaethje, those two right now fighting for the interim title. That becomes obviously the title. But then you've got Arman Tsarukyan. Right away, you make the Arman and the Patty fight if Patty wins. Right away.
I think you could do it even if Patty loses. The UFC seems to be holding Arman back. They don't want to throw him into a title fight. I think you can do it whether he wins or loses. I think you almost have to do it next because there is history there. They hate each other. And if they don't do it then, like let's say Patty loses and Justin Gaethje is the champ. If they don't do Arman versus Patty then, they'll never be able to do it. Ever.
Yeah.
Because Arman will become the champion. Patty won't earn his way back to another title shot. So I think you have to do it no matter what. That UFC seems perfectly content keeping Arman away from a title shot. Arman actually seems fine with it too. Like he's not making a scene. He's making comments, but he's showing up for work. So yeah. I think you have to do Arman versus Patty next, no matter what the outcome is at UFC 324.
Look, Arman's keeping himself busy. I mean, he's got himself
He's rich
scheduled
as shit.
again.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's right. He's rich as shit.
He's eating camel. It's disgusting how he eats it. Have you seen him eat it? It's disgusting. There's like a half a camel on a table. He's just like pulling it out with his hands and like it's horrible looking. It's like, dude, you're rich.
Angelo,
eat something else.
Bro, at your size, I could just imagine. I have images of you like just
with nachos, like a person.
Oh man, you're killing me right now. Look, I think I have this feeling though that they're gonna let Ilia keep the title, even if it's through the summer, even if it pushes into like November, December. I think what they want to do is they want to go ahead and keep those other guys fighting until Ilia is ready to fight, because that can keep Armand out as long as they want. Because if Armand ends up fighting the winner of Justin or Patty, there's a good chance he can beat both of them, and he ends up the champion. And then you have Ilia's first fight back is Armand. Not really what they're looking to do, I don't think. I think they're really trying to get that Ilia and Islam fight locked in. But I don't know if Ilia's, I think with all the divorce stuff, I'm not sure he's ready to go ahead and make that commitment to going up to 170 to fight Islam. There's no way he beats Islam going through all the things he's going through mentally and emotionally.
I don't think he beats Islam anyway.
Okay, well,
unfortunately, yeah.
But those increase his chances.
Yeah, 100%.
There was also some comments by John Anik on the Jackson podcast, and the comments basically, let me go ahead and read them to you real quick. He is basically says, I would rather see Conor fight Diaz or Mauricio Ruffy. What's your take on him over the Michael Chandler situation?
I think it's a terrible take from John Anik. I like John Anik. John Anik's usually pretty logical, good dude, Massachusetts. I don't want to see Conor versus Nate Diaz 3. We've seen it twice, and they were both good fights. I don't want to see it again. Why not Michael Chandler? Like, Michael Chandler is one of the most entertaining fighters on the roster. Maybe he sucks now, but he's one of the most entertaining fighters on the roster who will just bang. He will just stand there and bang, even if he has a backup plan. He doesn't go to it. He will just stand there and throw leather. And that's exactly what you want when you're bringing a former drug addict into the octagon like Conor McGregor. You're going to get someone who will stand in front of him and just swing crazy, and one of them will win, one of them will lose. You don't have to worry about boring cage bullshit, no wrestling. They're just going to get after it. And Conor might be able to knock out Michael Chandler. It might happen. He's not going to knock out Mauricio Ruffy. Like, Mauricio Ruffy looked like shit because he got out wrestled. You're not going to knock out Mauricio Ruffy, not at this point in their careers. And Nate Diaz, those were fun fights. You can't knock out a Nate Diaz. You're going to need incredible cardio to win that fight. I don't love those two matchups Anik mentioned. I think it has to be Michael Chandler. Why not?
Let me put my promoter hat on. And the best fight to make would be Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor. That sells the most.
Nate Diaz lost to Jake Paul in a boxing
sells
match.
The most. Tell me I'm wrong. You think Michael Chandler does more numbers than Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor? Bite your fucking tongue. Get out of here with you. Are you about to?
What
year
do you think this is? What year do you think this is?
Nate Diaz.
Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz did no views.
Nate Diaz returns to the UFC to fight Conor McGregor in their trilogy fight. That fight does way more numbers than Michael Chandler.
Let's look up Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul views. And you're gonna feel real stupid. Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal did no views. Like, these don't do any views. So it's like, I know hardcore fans like Nate Diaz. I love Nate Diaz.
Well, you're talking about views, but like, we're talking, that was a pay-per-view market. We're not in the pay-per-view market anymore.
I understand.
Okay,
but it's still an indication of how many people care.
No, it's not an indication. We have a whole new platform that this first 6 to 8 months is going to be huge on.
Oh,
it's
no
shit. Be huge. Yeah. Huge.
You're trying to position this
hugely.
Is bigly. You're trying to position Nate Diaz versus Conor will do more views than Nate Diaz versus Michael Chandler.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what I was doing as an intelligent Connecticut public school person was trying to show you with actual data.
One step above being retarded.
With actual data, top 3 public schools in the country. With actual data, I was trying to show you Nate Diaz doesn't move the needle the way you think he does.
Oh, he does.
and you were like, no, the model's changing. Well, then what? I can't use data. What are we doing?
No, you can't use data. Like the pay-per-view model was dead. It was dead the last 5 years.
Nobody cared about. First of all, I am a Nate Diaz fan. I think what you did to him.
Just afraid he might find you.
I think what you did to him was horrific.
I got his number. I got his number. I'll tell him where you live.
And he might actually show up. So that's kind of
you got nervous for a second
because he's somebody who would show up.
Yes, he would.
I love Nate Diaz. I would love to see Nate Diaz back in the UFC. I'd love to see him fight somebody. I don't think Nate versus Conor makes a ton of sense. I think
kissing Nate's ass right now, huh?
Conor, no, I said I liked him before you threatened me. I think Conor versus Michael Chandler. First of all, they had that whole last season of The Ultimate Fighter promote it.
They did Second nothing. Of all,
yeah, I don't know. The views on that were probably pretty bad, but no, I don't think people really watch The Ultimate Fighter anymore. Second of all, they already promoted it once. They've been running. They have millions of hours of internet footage to get after each other. Michael Chandler, yes, he's been on a losing streak, but he's still an active fighter. Nate Diaz is long gone. He's lost to Jorge Masvidal in boxing. He lost to Jake Paul in boxing, and nobody watched that stuff. I just think stick with the plan. There's no reason to move all these things around. People love Nate Diaz. I like Nate Diaz. We've seen that fight twice already. We've seen it 2 times.
He didn't lose now, to Masvidal in boxing. He beat Masvidal.
He beat Masvidal?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I worked that show.
Yeah, but your memory is not great.
It's
Nobody watched any of these things is the point that I've made. So I don't know. Ask the chat. Just sheer view-wise, do you think more people watch Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor or Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor? I also argue that the Michael Chandler fight would be better. And if I'm still ranting, I do want to see Conor fight because it's just a spectacle. It's a freak show, and I'm here for it. I would love to see Nate Diaz versus Michael Chandler. I'd like to see Michael Chandler versus almost anybody. He's fun.
Okay, I'll get behind that. That little statement at the end, that was like probably the most sane thing you said in that whole rant.
Yeah, there we go.
Like that was probably and I'm okay with that. I would love to see Nate and Michael Chandler. Let's see that fight. I'm down with that. And look, I'm not opposed to the Michael Chandler and Conor fight, but if I'm putting my promoter hat on and I'm saying which fight does the best in number-wise, it's going to be Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor. I've got 2 fights between them, and they're 1-1. I can sell that to the public. He came back, his return fight. He will not fight again in the UFC. This is the only reason why he came back. I can see the way they're already talking about promoting this. Nate Diaz makes his return. Conor McGregor makes his return after being a little short stint in junkie jail. And then he comes out, and here we go. This is the fight to make. It's 100% the fight to make. And look, from what I understand, Michael Bisping said it's pretty much a done deal. It's going to be Michael Chandler. So you get your wish. And I agree. It will end up being a good fight.
Is it too high for me to grab? Where is it?
Are you not telling me?
It's too high for me to grab.
You need some help? I have some height if you need.
You do not have height. You could stand on my shoulder. Like,
you
have no
desk.
height whatsoever.
Stand on your desk.
I went to Vegas. I bought tickets for UFC, whatever the hell that was. I don't know. To go see Michael Chandler versus Conor. We bought tickets. It was a fortune. We flew to Vegas. The fight obviously turned into Poatan versus Yuri Prochazka, but in the hotel, the Las Vegas magazine is Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor on the cover. So I took it home. So I have that framed over here. They spent an enormous amount of money. They almost kicked off another world tour. Everybody keeps complaining, oh, the UFC doesn't promote like they used to. Conor versus Jose Aldo, they don't do. They tried to do it. They were one leg into that with Michael Chandler versus Conor, and then Conor fake broke his pinky toe, and the whole thing went to shit. I think they've already invested the money. They've invested the time. They did the whole season of the show. Michael Chandler is objectively an exciting fighter, whether he's good or bad. And good or bad doesn't matter here because Conor McGregor has all sorts of health issues. Mm-hmm. That guy's a disaster of a human being that is nowhere near peak fighting shape. So who cares if his opponent is actively good or bad? I think you just stick with that. It's a new fight. It's a fun fight. It's an exciting fight. I understand the Nate. I get the love for Nate, but I just stick with Michael Chandler. Yeah.
I don't understand the Mauricio Ruffy thing at all. It does nothing for me.
He's fighting in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he just got annihilated too, by BSD. And so that's a fight that I have no interest in seeing. And I maybe young Conor and him would have been fun with the spinning kicks and all the flashy, the style. They have very similar stances, when Conor was younger. But
he's
now
nowhere near a big enough star to have earned any fight like that. And he's not exciting. He is exciting, but he's not like the excitingness that Mauricio Ruffy brings is he's so smooth and clean. Like you can't defend a takedown for shit, but he's so smooth and clean. The spinning back heel kick and like the scissor takedown, was that Davey Grant? The scissor takedown, like that stuff is smooth. It's clean. It's awesome. But he also fought that human punching bag he couldn't get out of there. He just got out wrestled. He's not nearly famous or popular enough for people to care about.
Yeah,
where Michael Chandler's not winning fights, but I've never seen a boring Michael Chandler fight ever.
That's true. This is true. I mean, like we've seen someone. I mean, I thought the Patty fight was kind of boring just because he got annihilated so easily and so quickly.
It wasn't boring. It was just one side.
Yeah, it was very one side. And to me, those fights are kind of boring. Every time that was the big knock on Conor Floyd Mayweather. Is a lot of his fights were one-sided, so they just became boring.
Yeah, but
fights.
was defense Floyd. He's just
defense,
not
Floyd.
Getting hit, jab, bang, not hit,
bang,
jab.
bang.
Yeah.
So good though. So good.
Yeah,
just insane. There was also a couple little things talked about. Bryce Mitchell came out with the whole Ilia Topuria beats his wife, and he did that video, and I condemned him for it. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like this is. But then on, talking.
If that's confirmed, that's what happened, then his take is correct. But you're just jumping to wild conclusions off an accusation.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes wait for the dust to settle. He didn't do that. But the fact that he's down at 135 now, he's already lost to Ilia Topuria. So Ilia has no reason to beat his ass again.
Took him down, though.
Yeah, he did take him down. He did, which makes
tough look for Ilia.
That's what
Arkansas wrestling.
Yeah, Arkansas wrestling. But that's what leads me to believe that Armand will have success against Ilia Topuria if they fight, in terms of taking him down, controlling him, dominating from the position. Bryce Mitchell, though, is now at 135 in the bantamweight division. And guess who happens to be down there at 135? Is his brother, Alexander Topuria. What do you think of that matchup?
Alexander Topuria looked good in his last fight.
Yeah,
he looked good. He got dotted
up in the first round.
Yeah, he got dotted up a little bit, and then he turned on the wrestling. And when he started wrestling, he looked fantastic. Listen, I don't know how many people are watching or what your familiarity is with American wrestling. American wrestling is different than international wrestling. We have a different rule set. It's like everything else we do. It's folk style wrestling is not international wrestling. It's not Greco. It's not freestyle. It's its own fake rule set. We're the only people that do it. And inside of America, America's a very good wrestling country. Inside of America, each state, is good at different things. Texas is known for football. New Jersey, Pennsylvania, they're known for wrestling. Like Florida's known for baseball. Each state is kind of good at some stuff and bad at others. There are some states that are objectively good at wrestling. They just produce good wrestlers. Arkansas is not one of them. It is not. It is nowhere near. What is it? 48 of 50. It is nowhere near the top of that list that produces really good wrestlers. Of course, there's a couple diamonds in the rough. That's what happens in the world. But
it is close to Oklahoma, though.
And Oklahoma's got decent.
Oh, they got really good
college,
wrestlers.
Though, not high school.
Yeah.
You got to judge a state by its high school wrestlers.
Oklahoma wrestling is not bad, dude. Oklahoma high school wrestling is not bad. They're top 10 in the country.
No.
Yeah, top 10 states in the country. Absolutely. They're top 10 states in the Country in wrestling.
Can't be. No, you got to go top 10.
You got Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Florida.
Hey, 1, 2, 3. Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio,
California.
Florida is sheer size.
Yeah,
it's not great, but they have a random pocket.
Yep.
It's just tremendous.
Yeah.
Florida. No, Jesus. I'm just gonna Google it. Let's just ask AI.
It's
That's
Jersey,
what AI's
Pennsylvania, Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Minnesota, California. Who else?
Here we go.
Oklahoma, top 10 high schools. Oklahoma for sure.
I didn't ask for top 10, but immediately Pennsylvania's number 1, then Ohio, New Jersey, California. Connecticut's in the top 10. Tiny ass state like that.
You guys are connected to the East Coast, that little bloodline of, and
correct.
That's why it's
the
trickle of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. The kids that couldn't make it in Pennsylvania and Jersey, they moved to Connecticut.
No,
that's why you're from Connecticut.
What happens is the Connecticut kids get to wrestle the kids from Jersey and Pennsylvania,
because
and that makes them better.
On the team in high school in Jersey and Pennsylvania.
No, so you're going the wrong direction.
They moved to Connecticut.
I'm going to ask AI.
Oklahoma's got to be top 10.
let's rank the
Ohio's in there as well.
10 high school wrestling states in the country. Rank the damn, it just did top 5 to 7. Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Iowa, California, Ohio, Illinois.
Oh, Illinois. I forgot about Illinois, man.
Michigan,
Nebraska,
New York.
New York. Okay.
Oklahoma made 10. I'm surprised New York is.
Oklahoma made 10.
Oklahoma is actually 8.
Oh, man. You said it with such conviction, though.
Well, but
I was about to believe that I was fucking wrong, and I knew I wasn't wrong, but you had me believing because
I'm not trying to die on the. I'm not trying to die on the Oklahoma hill. I am going to die on the Arkansas sucks hill. That's where this started. That's where this started. And then you said, but they're close to that state. And then you tried to say Arkansas doesn't suck because it's close to Oklahoma, but then said Connecticut.
I catfished you.
Yeah, I mean, what
I
a
got
scam.
you.
Scam running.
I catfished you. That's Big John used to do that shit to me all the time.
Hey, this dude says
trickled over.
Google best looking MMA fighters of all time.
I don't think I'm in there.
No, I honestly, I hate to say it. You probably are.
I think it's
Luke Rockhold's objective.
Luke Rockhold, Alan Jubon. Who's another one? Luke Rockhold, Alan Jubon. Fuck, maybe I make the
Tapology top sexiest. All right, now we're using words like sexy.
Oh,
and they put Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor's not up there.
No.
AI is not ranking this, and I'm not going to read articles right now.
Yeah, don't read it. Yeah, of course, it's got to be me. I've got to be up there somewhere.
It's gonna be me.
The fact that you know that song is ridiculous.
Everybody does.
I actually got true like words from Misha Tate that said I was good looking. So I'm gonna live it. I'm gonna leave on.
She is the authority on who's pretty or not.
Absolutely.
While beauty is subjective, here are several. All right, let's see if you make the list. Number 1, this list is AI.
Paulo Costa, good looking dude.
Yeah, AI doesn't know shit because Paulo Costa number 1, Luke Rockhold number 2, fair. GSP, was GSP known for being handsome?
I think his personality made him good looking.
Dustin
I don't think
Poirier, like they're not ugly.
No,
Dustin
Dustin's a good looking dude.
Ilia,
no homo.
Like I mean, these are all decent looking people. Carlos Ulberg, actually, that dude's great looking and huge. All right, we're gonna get called gay. We gotta stop.
You're gonna get called gay because you're looking it up.
I can't wait for the suggested.
You went right.
I can't wait for the suggested.
Let's break this up a little bit with
Jermaine Durand to me. That's fantastic.
Hazamar Mir 15. Thanks for the super chat for the $2. Does Prates remind?
Put it on the screen.
Sorry. Does Prates remind you of Shoney Carter, Josh? What about you, Angelo? Does he remind you of Shoney Carter? No, he does not. He does not remind me. But you?
Was Shoney Carter, was he the one reffing and he went like this with the double spinning back fist knockout? Was that Shoney Carter?
No, Shoney Carter knocked out Matt Serra with the back fist spinning back fist.
Yeah, okay. So
he's the one that wears the 3XL cup. He'd wear the Speedo. He'd always wear the Speedo pants. He was, if you look it up, he would wear like the 3XL.
Yeah, I remember Shoney Carter. Yeah. Shoney Carter was a ton of fun. He was a unique personality.
No.
So what's the question? Does Prates remind you of Shoney Carter because of his fight style?
No, I think more of his personality, like very outgoing, very fun.
He's his own person. He is his own person.
Shoney Carter was a pimp, though. Let's remember that. Like full on dressed like a pimp.
Yeah.
He had the gold chains, the cane, the top hats. He had it all, man. He had the leopard print. Like
I was 100% correct. Shoney Carter was the referee, Mr. International. He was the referee. There's a clip of a double. They both knocked each other out at the exact same time. The two fighters went, and he was the ref.
Oh,
and the fighters, and he was just like,
oh wow.
It's actually, I mean, the memory on me and the amount of alcohol I drink, and I have this memory is insane. It's an all-time clip. I would look it up.
I'll have to check that out. But I just remember he hit Matt Serra. He hit Matt Serra with the spinning back fist and was able to finish him. That was insane. It was one of those fights where your
audience is very well informed. It's probably because Big John and you were old. It's a well-informed audience for MMA history. Mine's much younger.
There you go, buddy. Zesty Angelo about to Google Dennis Holman blue Speedo fight. Go right ahead.
No, I remember that.
Oh, I bet
the UFC paid. Who beat him? The UFC paid that dude a huge bonus for getting the underwear out of there. I forget who beat Dennis Hallman. The dude who beat the shit out of Dennis Hallman. The UFC gave him a bonus, and Dana White called the bonus like, getting those underwear out of their bonus or something like that.
Yeah, well, was it
Not somebody very good either.
Was it Ellenberger?
No, Jake Ellenberger? No.
Yeah. Who was that fought him? Interesting. No, the guy who reminds me of Carlos Prates.
Brian Ebersol.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Brian Ebersol. I know Brian. Brian trained us at AK. I forgot that was him. Yeah, he was a very straight. He used to live with me. He rented a room out of my house. Him and John Fitch stayed with me for a bit too, but mainly Brian. He's a guy that he wouldn't shower after training. He'd come home and he'd lay down. He'd lay down on my couch, and good thing I had a leather couch. I'd tell him, "Hey, bro, you got to shower before you come laying around." Man, fucking the fighters that stay with me, man, they hated me. They absolutely hated me because I was like, "Bro, this is my house. Like, literally, you're fucking laying on my couch." Filthy fucking animals.
Yeah, that's
animals. But Carlos Prates reminds me of the pro boxer who used to smoke, Ricardo Mayorga. He reminds me of him. Ricardo Mayorga would show up to the weigh-ins, smoking on the scale, and he would flip cigarettes at people. Like he was just one of those guys, man. That's who he reminds. Carlos Prates reminds me of him. Funny guy, off camera, but like very just kill you inside the ring. That's who he reminds me of. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and talk a little bit more about how we're gonna end this year and how I wanted to talk about the ending this year. You and I were talking about this probably about what, 2 months ago? What can we do towards the end of the year? Now it's been past the end of the year. We were both traveling. I was gone up pretty much in California the whole time through December, sports and stuff like that for my son and family time. You were in Colorado, riding your little ski bikes, because you don't know how to ski.
Snow bike. It was awesome.
Snow bike. And I thought maybe you would have your wife drive because she drives you everywhere. And
we needed to rent 2 cars. I drove one, she drove the other. Because we went with family, just too many people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you had to drive the other one?
Yeah, because we were driving through, we went to Winter Park, so we had to drive through these ridiculous mountains. And I let Tiffany drive because when I drive, it's just, slow down, speed up. Why'd you do it? So you shut up, you drive. I'm not driving then. So that's why, and I enjoy not having to pay attention. But in dicey situations, it's like, I don't trust you. I will do this. Mm-hmm. And I'm the only one in the family that has any clue how to drive in snow. So having to go over that giant mountain and we needed 2 cars, I'm like, I'm driving one. I am not going to sit shotgun while somebody else tries to drive through these snowy ass mountains. So I drove 1 car.
Yeah, I'm a control freak, man. Like we were driving to California after we got done with my son's lacrosse tournament. We were driving over over Pacheco Pass, and it was real foggy. And I woke up. My wife only drove like 4 hours. She drove the last 4 hours of a 30-hour drive, and literally the last 4 hours was like it was foggy, and I just couldn't sleep.
Yeah, you don't trust it.
Yeah, I'm just like, and we're going over the pass, so it's all like this, up and down. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, all right, you know what? Just let me drive. I'll take my chances. And she can drive. She hasn't any accidents or any problems. So, but it's just me.
Wow, that really goes against the stereotype.
I'll let her know. You said that. For those of you guys that don't know, my wife is Asian, and so this guy out here just first it was like basically all black people look alike is what he said during this thing, and then now this Asian people can't drive. Man, you're on a roll today, Angela.
I said she goes against the stereotype. Debunked the stereotype.
Hey, but you and I had talked about. We were talking about placing some bets and for We Want Picks, and basically just seeing what we could do to come up with. We will bet on who is going to end up finishing the year in 2026, who will go into year 2027 as the pound for pound champion in every weight class, flyweight, bantamweight, featherweight, and so on up the ladder. Let's go ahead and let's pick them, and let's go ahead and do something.
I have all the odds from BetOnline has them.
Okay,
and they're probably bettable they're bettable until the first fight, so till January 23rd.
Okay,
we'll just go in order of what they are on the screen instead of order of real weight.
All right, let's do it.
The UFC bantamweight champion. There's only if I click read more, there's only 6 choices. I'm not going to tell you the odds. There's Piotr Jan, and this is to be the bantamweight champion at the end of 2026, December 31st, 2026. You are the bantamweight champion. Mm-hmm. Piotr Jan, Peyton Talbot, Umar Nurmagomedov, Sean O'Malley, Merab or Song Yadong.
Okay. Those are all good names. All good names.
I can tell you the odds too. We'll talk about the odds, but I just want to say that.
Who are you going to go with?
I think it's Merab or Umar for me. I think Merab beats Petr Yan in a rematch, proper training, full camp, whatever. I think Merab beats him in a rematch. I also think Umar, he beat Merab the first 2 rounds of that fight, broke his hand, things changed. I'll probably say Umar, but he's not the favorite to win.
Oh, interesting. Who do you? So I'm thinking they're going to say Petr Yan is the favorite. Well,
you make a pick, and then I'll tell you.
I'm going to go with Umar. I'm going to take Umar.
It's Petr Yan at plus 175.
Yeah.
Then Umar, then Merab. Umar's plus 200, Merab's plus 250. Payton's plus 400, which is far better than it should be. Sean O'Malley's plus 900, and then Song Yadong's on this list for some reason, plus 2,000.
Because I think Song Yadong has a good chance of beating Payton Talbot. So, I mean,
he's not fighting Payton Talbot. He's fighting.
No, but I know, but I'm saying he has a good chance of beating Payton Talbot. But they've got Payton Talbot on there because he's young. He's got the look. He's marketable.
You can request people to get added too, and then just add them with some crazy odds. They'll limit the bets, and then as money comes in, they'll move the odds.
So Umar is a what? Plus what?
Plus 200. But we both picked them, so that's a wash. We're not going to bet each other on that.
Oh no, I thought we were going to place our bets with Bet US or bet on.
Yeah. Just place the bets. Yeah. Okay, we can do that. He's plus 200.
Yeah, so he's plus 200. So we're going to go with Umar, both of us. We won't take Petr.
I don't think Petr can finish the year as the champ.
Interesting. Okay,
just my opinion, obviously.
Okay,
I didn't think he'd finish this year as the champ, and he did. So, or 2025.
You were way off on that. Fuck. You were singing Merab's praises like he had already won the title and moved on to Umar next.
And then I mean, either way, I think Umar can beat all of them. The Merab fight was super close. He broke his hand. Merab ran away with it, but the next one is featherweight.
Okay,
145. Alexander Volkanovski, Jean Silva, Diego Lopez, Lerone Murphy, Movsar Evloev, or actually Yusuf Zalal made the list as well.
Ooh, the Yusuf Zalal thing interests me a little bit, to be honest. But I'm gonna go with Movsar Evloev.
Yeah. What? I don't hate Movsar. I don't think it's Jean Silva. I don't think it's Volk either. If Volk beats Diego Lopez, he might retire in 2026 or lose. And it's not Diego Lopez. So I'll eliminate Diego Lopez from that list. This is a stacked weight class. We have 2 different undefeated fighters. I'll go with Movsar as well. Just the boring, dominant wrestler to snatch another. And there's a trick to this as well. He's inactive. So if he gets a title shot next and wins, he's done for the year.
Evloev?
Yeah.
I think he's inactive because he got injured for the Pico fight, which I honestly think was like a little bit of a ploy. Like, hey, let's go ahead. Like they're both managed by they're both managed by Ali. I think he just decided, like, you know what, this is probably not the fight we wanted. Let's go ahead and just move forward. Like wrestling wise, it was not, I don't think, a good matchup for him. That's why I wanted Pico to have that fight. No. I came out publicly and even said the Lerone Murphy fight for Pico was the worst fight they could have put him against. Shouldn't have taken that. I'm not shouldn't have taken the fight. He had to take the fight. But the Evloev fight to me was the most interesting to me. Diego Lopez is up there with me though. I'm gonna go either Lopez being the champion at the end of the year or Evloev. I don't know, man. Just it's hard for me to count out Diego Lopez only based on the fact that he does have a granite chin. It may give out, but I don't think it's going to give out this year.
I mean, Volk outworked him. He just outworked him.
Yeah.
And that I like Diego Lopez. He's a little sloppy.
He's fun.
And he's very fun. He's exciting. He's fun. I'll watch him fight all day, but that kind of sloppy against the Lerone Murphy could be a problem. Movsar Evloev already beat him. Now that was a few years ago, but he already beat
short notice fight, very short notice fight.
It was his UFC debut. It was short notice, but he got held down the entire time.
He chased some submissions though. He had Evloev in a lot of trouble.
There was a close knee bar there, but yeah. The rest of this division, it's not a great division right now. It's not going to be Steve Garcia. It's certainly not going to be Brian Ortega. Yusuf is the flyer that they threw in there. Yusuf's obviously very, very good. He gave Ilia Topuria probably his toughest fight. before he got cut and then won on the regional scene and came back. Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably Mosvar.
Yeah, my only thing was
it's a weird weight class.
My one thing was the law is that he's too far down in the rankings, kind of.
Like, to get a title shot's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot in the year. I could see him getting one maybe first quarter of next year if he wins 2 fights this year. I just don't know if they're going to give him.
He's ranked 7th because he smoked Josh Emmett, but I mean, we'll see. A year's a long time, but yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna go with Evelev.
I think so.
Okay. And what's the odds on that?
Plus 400.
Oh wow.
The favorite is Volk at plus 160.
I don't think he finishes the year as the champion.
I think he either retires or loses. Yeah.
Is there a bet that we can hedge on that? Like basically saying like, hey, he's not eight. Okay.
No, it would be. They don't have those. It's just because the odds would be insane.
Yeah. What's the next one?
Then it goes to flyweight. So the weight classes are jumping all over the place here, but Kyoji Horiguchi, Alexandre Pantoja, Manel Kopp, Tatsuro Taira, Josh Van, or Muhammad Makayev. This is an interesting one.
I'm going to go with Horiguchi.
He's the odds-on favorite, which is crazy to me. Yeah. I don't think he should be the favorite. If I'm looking at the flyweight division, I would not be shocked. I'm trying to decide between Pantoja or Makayev. I don't think it's Josh. I think if Pantoja comes back and it wasn't, did they say it's not as bad as they originally thought?
No, he was sparring yesterday.
Yeah. I think it's either, obviously Pantoja at his age and a bad injury like that. It depends who the matchup is. I do think it's either Pantoja or Makayev. I'm either fading the old guy or hoping. A lot has to work for Makayev. They have to bring him in and put him in a title fight within a year. But they have brought in random people because that division is kind of dog shit. And they're like, somebody needs a title shot. But Josh Van being the champ kind of mixes things up a little bit. You
have no faith in
I'll say Pantoja.
No faith. Oh, you're saying Pantoja.
I'm going to say Pantoja. He heals up. He comes back. He fights one time at the end of the year for the belt, a rematch maybe, or against Horiguchi potentially. And yeah, I'll say Pantoja. The odds are not good enough. It's plus 225. They should be much better odds because he's old and he's injured.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say I'll say Pantoja because if Makayev was actively signed to the UFC, I would pick him, but he's not.
Yeah, he's not actively signed. So we're basically just speculating that Hunter came out and sent him a text after his last fight and said, hey, great job. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
That just means that, hey, we're keeping an eye on you. We see what you're doing. We're probably in talks of potentially bringing you back. This division needs a little shot in the arm. Let's go ahead and get this. There's fights to be had for him as well. Him and Manel Kopp. I know they fought, but they fucking hate each other. It just makes for fun fights, in that.
Yeah. And Manel Kopp's a sneaky pick in here too, because he did look really good in his last fight. And let's say it is Manel Kopp versus Josh Van, very winnable for Manel Kopp. Manel Kopp versus Horiguchi, also pretty winnable. So there's a couple of interesting matchups. This is one of the tougher ones. I'm just gonna say Pantoja though. If he heals up, he gets one fight, gets his title back. I'll throw that little flyer out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Horiguchi. I just have this feeling like they're trying to really push that Japanese market. They want to try to get back to Japan. I think they're going to try to get back to Japan here shortly. So he's going to have a big win over in Japan here soon. So I think that'll happen. Pantoja, I think that the time off is going to, even though he was back sparring today,
he's old.
It's going to take 6 months.
Yeah, it is. Which that's what's helping me in the pick. Because if Pantoja was fighting in 3 weeks, it's a long time to stay champion. But if he just has to win one fight in 2026 to end the year as the champ, not terrible.
Well, he has to win more than one because he lost the title with that elbow. I don't think they're going to give him an automatic title shot.
Why would they not?
You think so?
His arm snapped in half randomly. And obviously they want to do some other matchups, but they have time to do other matchups.
Well, the matchup I think they really want to do is they want to do Pantoja and Horiguchi because they're former training partners. They both train out of American Top Team.
You mean the matchup they want to do for Pantoja?
Well, Horiguchi, in general. Yeah, in general, they want to do that match.
In general, they want to do Josh Van and Tatsuro. They want Tatsuro Taira to be the champ.
Oh, interesting.
They want a Japanese champ for sure. They basically have already announced that's the next title fight.
Yeah, interesting. That, I mean, we'll see. I mean, that look, I think Tyra has a good chance of beating him, especially if he gets his fight to the ground. So
that's one of the trickier ones. The next one is heavyweight.
Well, you didn't tell me what the odds were. You just said he was the favorite. Horiguchi?
Horiguchi's plus 175. Pantoja's plus 225, which I don't think is good enough. Tyra's plus 500. Manel Kape's plus 450. Makayev's plus 750. If he was actively signed to the UFC, I would take that shit.
Choose him.
But he's not. So a lot of things have to go well.
All right, what's the next one?
Heavyweight. So Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane, John Jones, Sergey Pavlovich, Alex Pereira, or Alexander Volkov. And this is to be the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion by the end of 2026. And that's leaving out some people, obviously. Like if we look at the heavyweight division, we have Waldo Cortez Acosta in the mix. We got Jalton Almeida in the mix. Ante Delia. It's not, I mean, there's a random world where he figures something out.
Yeah. I'm going to lean towards Tom. I think this injury is going to take him probably 6 months. I think he gets one win. And he doesn't fight again for the rest of the year.
He's the odds-on favorite, and I think it is for that reason. He just had surgery. People were making fun of him saying it was LASIK and not actual eye surgery, but he just had surgery. So yeah, let's say he doesn't fight till 3 months from now, 4, 5, 6 months from now, and then he takes time off. All he would have to do is win that fight, and he's good. But he might get stripped.
I think he fights one time in that middle. I think all he's got to do is fight sometime around the end of summer or middle of summer. I think then he gets the one win. I think he sits out until January, February.
See, the UFC, if what John Anik said about the White House card, where they are trying to do about 6 title fights, if that's true, the UFC is going to start stripping people just to call a fight a title fight.
Because Hunter Campbell came out and said too, we're basically going to start cutting people for inactivity.
And obviously Tom Aspinall, that would be wildly unfair. That would be wildly unfair to do. I'm not saying to do that. I think it would be ridiculous to do that. I'm just saying there is a world where they do it because they want a real heavyweight title fight, and he can't.
Yeah. What's the odds on Aspinall being the champ?
Minus 120.
Oh wow, that's not even worth betting.
It's probably because of the timeline that you laid out. I'm gonna ignore all these. I'm gonna say Jalton Almeida. And let's put him down at plus 1,200.
Is it really? Almeida is a plus.
He's not on there. Sergey Pavlovich is plus 1,000. So I assume Almeida would be around that. But if you message, I can message Bet Online. They'll add it. They'll limit the bet.
I'm not opposed to that, man.
$10 on it, dude. If he did a couple more things.
Yeah, if he could last longer than the second round, not looking super fucking exhausted.
He didn't look tired at all in his last fight. He just didn't do anything. So he didn't win the decision that he should have won.
Yeah,
against
that's the biggest problem, man, with him is that like he's got all this potential. He can wrestle. He's got good submissions. He doesn't try to finish fights. It's just bad, man. Like you have that much to offer, and you don't capitalize on it. He'll kick himself in the ass later on.
All he has to do is take a couple random short notice fights. The UFC loves him again. Bang, they throw him in there. Waldo Cortez Acosta is not a horrible pick either.
No.
Because, I mean, it's heavyweight. The heavyweight division sucks shit. So, like, you show up, you look good a few times. If Waldo Cortez Acosta smokes Derek Lewis, they might throw him into a random title shot. Let's not forget Derek Lewis got a title shot. They gave him a title shot.
Yeah, against DC.
Yeah. Like, it's not a good division. So they might just throw him in there just because people like him and he's got some momentum, couple wins in a row. They might just throw him in there.
So he's coming off of a loss, though, so it's hard to get back to a title shot.
Who is?
Like Jalton Almeida, isn't he? He lost.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about Waldo.
Okay.
But I was using Waldo as the example of, hey, couple things go well, you could randomly end up in that position.
You're very true. Very true.
A dream would be Alex Pereira. I would love that. I just don't see that.
I don't think he can win.
The only way the Alex Pereira one happens is if they strip Tom and they do Alex versus Cyril just to just to have a heavyweight title fight at the White House.
Yeah.
Same exact
that's
logic.
A great fight.
Same exact logic with John Jones.
Yeah, I tried to say that to you like a couple months ago. You're like, oh, they wouldn't do this. And I was like, that's the fight to make, though, is Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane. That's the fight to make. If I'm going to see in the heavyweight division for fun, I mean, that's the fight to really make.
Yeah.
And I like Tom, man. I want him to be damn good. Problem is, though, this is really fucking, it's putting a stain on his career right now.
It's and it sucks because it's not his fault. He didn't poke himself in the eye. But it is also like, dude, like, or here's the other problem with Tom Aspinall. He didn't poke himself in the eye. He clearly, let's say he got surgery, all that stuff. Just stop doing these interviews where like he's like somehow trying to repair his image, and like it just comes across as like you're still talking about like whiny crybaby. He could have gone into that, like, here you go. Robert Whittaker swallowed his own teeth. They were shoved to his tonsils. Did you see Robert Whittaker going on and on and on and on and on? No. And that was very different circumstances. It wasn't a title fight. There wasn't a foul, but he didn't do a gazillion interviews. He got better, came back, and he fought. And Tom Aspinall's in a shit situation. He's been getting screwed for years, and then he gets poked in the eye. But a lot of the negativity coming his way is because of these constant interviews, and it's just coming across like whiny, like there's excuses. It's not coming across like, hey, I just got this surgery. They said I could start training in like 4 weeks. I'm good, guys. I am good. It's not that. It's, I'm not fighting until I'm healthy. I promised myself I would never fight unless it's like, so we have no information. You're still, dude, we got to move on. And so it's only hurting him.
I'm going to throw another guy in there. Is he ranked? I don't think he's ranked. He just had his first fight in the UFC. He was on the Dana White Contender Series. What about that Hokic kid, Josh Hokic? No,
he's not getting
I'm telling you, man.
He fights Denzel Washington.
He comes from
a couple of weeks.
Washington.
Denzel.
He comes from a good family of wrestlers, like real legit wrestlers.
Denzel Freeman. He fights in a couple of weeks.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, Josh Hokic, he can wrestle, man. And that's one thing the heavyweight division lacks. He can get these fights to the ground. He's got some power in his hands. Like, he's a little bit of a wild card. I'm going to put a little bit on him. I'm not saying that he's going to win, and I'm not saying he's not getting to a title shot, but I'm saying that he's going to make a splash in that division because it's so weak.
Gable Stevenson's a random one, too.
Stevenson.
Whatever. Yeah. He's been fighting a ton. The dude did bare knuckle boxing. Yeah. He's done a couple. He fought like 4 times in 2 months. And if he has that random level of activity, he could get into the UFC.
I think he'll be in the UFC soon.
I'm saying he could be on the Poetan path. He's not going to get the Brock Lesnar path because that dude was so famous. Yeah. But he could be on the Poetan path where you throw him in there, gets 1 or 2 good wins, throw him into a title fight. Boom.
Yep. Olympian. Nothing with strikers with no takedown defense. That's what we'll do. Okay, who else you got? Next weight class.
Next weight class is light heavyweight. You have Yuri. Dude, this is harder than you think it is.
It is.
It's Yuri, Hamzat, Alex Pereira, Carlos Ulberg, Magomed Ankalaev, and Khalil Roundtree. This is to end 2026 as the light heavyweight champion. Obviously, Alex Pereira is the current light heavyweight champion. Hamzat Chimaev said, I'll fight 1 or 2 more times and I'm moving up to light heavyweight. And the rest of them are actual, genuine light heavyweights in the weight class.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm going to go with Hamzat.
Are you looking at the odds because you keep picking the favorite?
No. I honestly believe that I don't have anything up. Hamzat to me is somebody who's just going to do what the fuck he wants.
Except fight. He'll do everything except actually fight.
I'm going to fight Amavov or I'm going to fight Sean Strickland, one of those 2 guys. And after I beat one of them, I'm out of here. I'm going to go out to, and I'm going to fight. He wants the money fight. He wants the Alex Pereira fight. And Alex is either going to go up to heavyweight to avoid it, or he's going to go ahead and fight him. And I'm not sure if that's going to go his way. So I think Hamzat, they're going to give him what he wants.
So I don't think it's going to be Alex because I think Alex does move the heavyweight. And Alex is just too active. He's just too damn active to only fight.
He might slow down now. I mean, he's got a little girlfriend now. So
yeah,
you know how you said earlier, man. Women just mess things up. So.
Yeah, and they ruin things. So he might lose his next fight. So I don't think he's going to stick around light heavyweight. I think he'll move up to heavyweight. He's 38. If he's not 38, he's almost 38. And so there's money to be made, and it's not in the light heavyweight division. He cleaned it out. Nobody cares about him versus Ulberg.
No.
Like diehard fans who care about the rankings and like the who deserves the next title shot care, because Ulberg has the longest active win streak in that division. But that doesn't move a needle. Nobody gives a shit about that. The UFC has no, there's no reason for them to do that fight. But if they say, hey, Alex, you want to fight any of these 3 heavyweights for a ton of money on this card, maybe for a belt, maybe not, he'll do that. So I don't think he's going to stick around. That's why I'm eliminating him. I don't think it's Chimaev. I don't think he fights enough. I'm going to go with Ankalaev. Especially like they were very quick, and maybe they were just full of shit. They were very quick to be like, we knew he shouldn't have fought. He wasn't ready. He was hurt. He wasn't training. You know, the Alex situation, blah, 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 blah. But I think Ankalaev, and I'm not an Ankalaev fan. I think he's wildly overrated. But that's not a great weight class right now either.
Yeah, it's a very weak weight class. A very weak one. That's why I think that Chimaev just heads up there real quick, tries to snatch that title.
Fight enough.
I know he doesn't fight enough, but I honestly believe that he's going to end up getting the one fight right after the right after Ramadan. He'll get his fight in, because he's also saying he's getting off, recovering from an injury. He'll get the fight right after the weigh-ins, right after Ramadan, and after that, then you'll see him make a little run. He'll go probably 2 more times after that. I think he'll fight 2, maybe possibly 3 times. I think that 3rd time for the title will be either the fight that ends the year.
Hamzat's going to fight 3 times? What is it, 2020? No.
This is what I think. No, this is what I think. I honestly believe he's going to get to that title. He's going to fight somebody right after Ramadan, whether it's Strickland or not. And then he goes up, I think, to
when does Ramadan end?
It ends March 17th.
Okay, so if he fights in March, defends the middleweight belt,
he'll fight probably April or May. So then
if he fights in May, then he has to fight in the fall.
I think he goes up to,
and the UFC has to give him a title shot. A lot has to go right.
Yep, I think he goes up to 205 sometime in the fall or December, sometime around that time, and then he fights for the title then.
What's an interesting, what could be, and there's no rumors of this whatsoever, I think DDP can move up to light heavyweight and get close to being a champ.
Yeah.
If not be the champ. That's kind of a weak weight class. And DDP's a cardio demon. He's big. He's a bully. He can wrestle. He can strike. DDP could go in there and beat Yuri, probably beat Ulberg, probably beat Khalil Roundtree.
And there's no wrestlers in that fucking weight class. There's Curtis Blades. Okay. But there's no other wrestlers in that weight class.
Curtis Blades is a heavyweight.
Oh, sorry. That's right. So there's no other wrestlers. You have Ankalaev is pretty much the only wrestler in the whole light heavyweight division. That's it. I would agree with you. I would love to see DDP go up.
Yeah, I don't think it's Hamzat. He just doesn't fight enough for him to fight twice, and the UFC allowed. Because let's say he wins his next title fight and he's boring as hell again. The UFC is not going to be like, yes, go destroy another weight class.
I think he's gonna do the same thing against Amavov or Sean Strickland, whoever he fights next.
That's all he does. I mean, Gilbert Burns is the only person he didn't do that to.
Well, he submitted to some other guys. He took him down and dominated him.
There's been some submissions, but he instantly shoots that ankle pick from 11 miles away, gets it to the ground.
And he gets it.
Yeah,
and he
correct.
Gets it.
Yeah,
all right, so I'm going to go. Okay, what were my other options again?
Chimaev, Yuri, Alex Pereira, Carlos Ulberg, Ankalaev, or Khalil Roundtree.
Well, you're saying Ankalaev.
I'm saying Ankalaev.
I'll jump on the Ankalaev bandwagon.
Plus 450.
I'll go with you on the Ankh thing. So Ankh will be at 450?
Yep.
Okay.
Then we have the UFC's lightweight division. This one's a wild card because Ilia may or may not even what his personal circumstances. Granted, a year's a long time. There's Ilia Topuria, Max Holloway, Arman Sarukian, Justin Gagey, Patty Pimblett, Dan Hooker.
I think it's going to be Ilia.
I think Arman beats them all, even if Ilia comes back. I'm going.
I know. I don't think that Arman's going to fight for the title this year.
That'd be crazy. They can't keep denying him.
Think about this. This fight happens when? Next week or 2 weeks, right? 3 weeks?
Three. Yeah,
three. Okay. And then Ilia comes back sometimes in June, right? Let's just say he comes back June, July. I'm throwing it out there. Say he comes
fine.
back in the summer.
Fine. Yeah.
They fight and then they fight.
I don't 6 months after that.
I don't think he fights again this year. I think Ilia only fights one time this year. Because what? Here's the other thing, and I'm putting a button on this. I'm a bow on this quickly. If he's having some serious problems, with his marriage, whatever it is, like in terms of divorce, this could go on until like he can just keep telling the UFC, "Hey, I'll be done with this in September. I'll be done with this in October. Okay, look, I'm ready. I'll be ready to fight in October."
Nah, but if Patty's their champ, they'll be very excited to make Patty the official champ.
I mean, I don't think they will.
It doesn't matter to the UFC at all if Ilia is technically the champ on the sideline. Like, it doesn't do anything.
It does because they have beef. And so having the champ versus the interim champ is legit. Like that is a huge deal.
But they can do that fight. I mean, you're right, champ versus interim champ. But they can do that. It would be the exact same amount of hype and promotion whether they stripped him of the belt or not.
No longer the champ anymore.
Then they could be like, "That's my belt. That's my belt. You didn't earn it." Boom, promo.
It's not the same.
Hand sanitizer, boy.
It's not.
Anyway, I'm going with Arman.
Okay, you're going Arman. If he does get the fight for the title, I believe he is the champion.
They can't deny him for a whole year. Right. That's crazy.
Okay. I'm gonna jump on your bandwagon and say Arman also. What's the odds?
Plus 225. Ilia's minus 110. They're expecting Ilia.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ilia as well, but I'm gonna go ahead and go Arman because I gotta make you feel good about your bets.
Then we have I did light heavyweight, we did lightweight, middleweight champion. Mm-hmm. We have Hamzat again. Nasruddin Imavov, Sean Strickland, Anthony Hernandez, DDP, or Israel Adesanya.
Ooh. For middleweight?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you said yourself he doesn't fight enough.
That's why I'm picking Hamzat.
You're picking Hamzat. Okay, I got Hamzat.
He'll fight once. Yeah. He'll keep the belt, and that's it for
that. Yeah. Okay.
Minus 200.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Minus 200.
Who else? What else?
Welterweight.
Okay.
Islam, Usman, Michael Morales, Ian Gary, Carlos Prates, and Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Welterweight.
Oh, let's pretend. I wonder what Josh is going to say.
Oh, hold
on. Let's wait for Josh to fake think about it.
No. My only concern is that he'll retire after his next fight. That's my concern.
He also only fights once a year. He's not retiring.
We've been through this, Angelo, like 5 times already. And every single time I prove you wrong. He only fought one time this last year because he was waiting for he put the size on right and he dominated. 2 fights every single year for the last 6 years. And 8, 9 finishes, I think, is we've been through this and I proved you wrong again on that. Yeah.
Everybody knows wildly exciting.
Because you're wrong.
People know that about him for sure.
He is 100%. Finishes is what matters.
People
Finishes.
Well, I'm also going to pick Islam.
I'm just, my only thing is I don't know if he's going to be the champ.
So who are you going to pick?
Gosh, who's next?
It's Islam, Usman, Michael. Say anybody. We just talked about this whole division for an hour.
Yeah, I have to go with Islam because if he does fight twice.
What a shock, guys! Look where Josh ended up. What an absolute
shocker!
Shock.
Wow. What was the odds?
Really went out on a limb there. Minus 150.
Oh man,
which is crazy that his odds are not even as good as Hamzat's.
Yeah.
I mean, they must be factoring some retire in there as well, but I don't think he's going to retire yet. He seems a little more.
There's more challenges for him.
There's a lot of matchups there. He doesn't have the whole father retire influence that Khabib did, and he seems to care about the money a little more. I don't know the guy personally, but I think he's enjoying making all this money.
Yeah, he's making good money.
Yeah. So where I'm sure Khabib enjoyed it as well, but Khabib also seems to be like, I don't give a fuck about this money. Where again, basing this off of nothing, seems like Islam's like, all right, I'll take it. I like the money. Then we have the women's divisions. There's 3 of them. Women's bantamweight, 135.
Yeah.
We're going to know a lot in a couple of weeks. Kayla Harrison, Amanda Nunes, Valentina Shevchenko, Jacqueline Cavalcante, Norma Dumont, Juliana Pena. I think the last 3 are all bullshit. I think it's either Kayla, Amanda, or Valentina.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kayla.
I am too.
Okay. What's that?
Minus 200, which I think is actually a bit crazy because Amanda Nunes is still Amanda Nunes, but 3 years away.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild to me. And then Valentina, I think for sure
for the next division. Is that what you just did?
Yep.
So women's flyweight is Valentina, Natalia Silva, Manon Farrow, Rose Namajunas, Erin Blanchfield, or Macy Barber.
No, I'm gonna go with Valentina.
Probably Valentina because the wrestling is insane, but I'm going to pick Natalia Silva.
Ooh.
Natalia Silva fought Jasmine Jazzy a phenomenal wrestler, and didn't give a shit. Didn't give a shit. Defended the takedowns, got her own takedown, the distance striking, the movement. She's young. Now, Valentina has proved us stupid multiple times over. We've seen that.
Speak for yourself.
You picked her to beat Whaley.
What?
Yeah,
I mean, come on, the size. Oh, come on, really? But I didn't think Whaley had a shot.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Valentina probably, but I am going to lean Natalia Silva just because she's on a tear. Like, she's looking absolutely fantastic. Valentina is getting a little older, and if Natalia Silva is that much faster and can just defend a few takedowns, boom, it's her fight.
Gotcha, Natalia Silva. And then who you got there at the what is it? The
strawweight?
Yeah.
It's Whaley. Mackenzie. Whaley's not the champ. Whaley's nothing.
Right.
She's nothing. And we don't even know if Whaley's going down in weight because she went up in weight.
She is. She's going down.
She said it?
Yeah, Dana already said she's going down. She's not fighting. She's not fighting at flyweight again.
I didn't hear that because I know she was like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
She's too small.
So
he straight up said, he's like, she's too small.
It's Whaley, who's not the champ. She's nothing. Mackenzie Dern, who is the champ. Tatiana Suarez, who's married to a future champ. Fatima Klein, Jan Xiaonan, and Alexia Tainara. How the fuck did that? She emailed them and said, put my name in here. It's got to be Whaley.
It's got to be Whaley.
Mackenzie Dern, not great. And what's crazy is they don't have Rob Schneider on here. They don't have what's her name? Who did Mackenzie just beat?
Rob Schneider. You're so wild for that, dude.
Who did she just
You're
beat?
so Jandarova.
Yeah, Verna. Verna should be on that list. Verna arguably beat Mackenzie. That was a very close fight. She arguably won that fight.
50 First Dates, right? You love that movie. Isn't that the movie?
He's in a million movies.
With the one where his eyes Bigelow. The other way.
Oh, yeah.
You're fucking wild. Rob Schneider. What a guy.
I think it's Whaley or Verna.
Got it.
I think it's one of the, because I thought Verna, you could argue beat Mackenzie. It wasn't egregious, but I mean, it was.
I can see Verna beating Whaley. I can't
look what just happened to Whaley. She got taken down 1,000,000 times. Yeah.
I can't see Mackenzie beating Whaley though.
Mackenzie kind of stinks, dude. It's crazy. She's the champ.
She's wild.
Phenomenal jiu-jitsu, and
your comments are just like not rational.
Listen, Mackenzie Dern has unbelievable jiu-jitsu, obviously, and she's ridiculously tough. Like, can't teach it tough. Insanely tough. And that'll win you a lot of fights. But her takedowns are bad.
Yeah, they're atrocious.
I don't know how you're that good on the ground and have no ability to get it there. That's insane.
Yep. Do you remember Talis Latus? He was the same way. So good on the ground. Nino Shrembry was a fucking animal on the ground.
Yeah.
No wrestling. I'm like, how do you guys
stop doing jiu-jitsu? You're good enough at it.
Yeah.
You're already better than everybody. Stop. I don't want to see you train a single round of jiu-jitsu. Only wrestle. Don't even.
It's wild.
If it's like work on your striking or your wrestling.
Yep.
Don't even strike. Hamzat doesn't strike. Just go straight to the wrestling.
That's all. Somebody said chameleon eyes. Esca. I can't read it. It's too small. Escadito, I think is what it is. Anyways, I thought that was hilarious.
Escafio also Escatafio also did a super chat.
It's Alejandro Gutierrez. All right, here we go. Yeah, it says right here. It says if Sean beats Fluffy, Hamzat versus Sean at White House. If Sean Strickland beats Fluffy, Hamzat versus Sean at White House. I'm not mad at that.
It's definitely a fight they could sell, but they've trained together, and Strickland said he whooped my ass. Like, Strickland was very vocal about he ragdolled me, he did whatever he wanted. Like,
so why is he keep coming out saying then that I'm the only guy that can beat him?
Why wouldn't he say that?
Well, you've already come out and said that I got my ass kicked.
I mean, he says a lot of wild shit.
Yeah, that's interesting. And then again, thanks. Here we go. Let me show you this. That was his response. There we go.
Oh, he's done a couple super chats. Here
we go. Thanks for the $2 super chat, Alejandro Gutierrez. And then also, too, again, it says, is Islam versus Usman plausible for White House card? We need more American champs. Also, thoughts on Colby versus Bilal. No, I don't think that the Usman and Islam fight will be on that card. Habib doesn't really want him on that card. It's too much outside distractions, too much stuff going on. He wants him to stay focused. I think they know that they're wrapping up his career. They don't want any distractions. They want him to leave just with his one loss and move on. He'll go down as probably one of the best fight, if not the best fighter, to ever do it. So I don't see that happening. I don't think he'll be on the White House card. In terms of the Colby versus Bilal,
I don't get why he wouldn't be on the White House card. You said just too many distractions. Like,
yeah, so
too busy of a card with too much going on.
Yeah, too much going on, too much outside distractions. You can't focus on the fight. It's not like a normal fight week. There's just there'll be triple the amount of media. It's just too much.
Fair.
Like, I want my guy to stay focused. I want him to win. The name of the game is to leave with the least amount of losses as possible. He left with none. You know, Islam's going to leave with one. Hopefully, that's the take. Well,
Habib did lose to Gleason T-Back.
Stop. Please
he lost to Gleason T-Back.
Please stop. Please stop. See, please stop with your nonsense. We need more American champs. Also, thoughts on Colby versus Bilal. What's your thoughts on Colby and Bilal if they were to fight? It's a good time for them to fight.
Colby's last fight was bad.
Atrocious.
Like, it was bad. Like, what are you doing, dude? Are you okay? Like, didn't look like himself. The fight before that looked good. So it's like, I don't know what version we're going to get or why he's been gone forever. He looked horrendous in his last fight. If Colby, because Colby also is tough as hell.
Colby Covington, not Kobe. Stop saying Kobe.
If Colby
Covington,
the way that he fought Usman either time, I think he beats Bilal. I don't think we're in that world anymore. He's years removed from a good performance. He's years removed from an actual fight. I got to go with Bilal, man. Bilal will at least show up, move forward, try to make it happen. The problem is, can he out wrestle Kobe? I'll pick Bilal just because of the unknowns on the other side.
Yeah.
But in theory, Kobe's the better fighter.
Colby. No, not in theory. Colby's the better fighter. No, he's not. Never in the moment.
The better fighter.
No, he's not the better fighter. I think Bilal beats him.
At their peak, he's not the better fighter.
No, I don't think so.
Dude, at their peak, he was setting records for most strikes landed and takedowns. Relentless pressure psychopath.
Most strikes landed, like the little pitter patter shit. This little like hammer.
He
fist,
moved forward, landed 10 million strikes, takedown, 1 million strikes, takedown.
No one ever got hurt.
Takedown. Was he ever an undisputed champion? No. He was an interim champ.
He was, yeah, an interim champ.
Why was there an interim belt?
Sometime around when Kamaru Usman either was injured or couldn't, something happened, or it was right before that. I don't know, something. I can't remember. Alejandro Gutierrez, thanks for the $5 super chat. Also, too, thanks for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you and appreciate that.
He beat RDA at UFC 225, filling the void because the undisputed champ Tyron Woodley couldn't defend the title due to injuries and negotiations.
Got it. Yeah, they never got that settled. Look, those are our picks right now, but you never gave me the odds for Natalia Silva and Zhang and Weili.
Weili Zhang minus 200, Natalia Silva plus 250.
Minus 200 and then plus 250.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Well, I mean, look, I think we throw a little bit of money down on these. We track them and see how we ended up at the end of the year.
Yeah, we'll know pretty quick with some of them.
What do you mean? Why do you say that?
I mean, the Kayla one could be tanked in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it could be.
Like, we'll know pretty quick on a couple of them.
I mean, but she's also the favorite at minus 200, so I'm not really too stressed about that.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, we're gonna throw some bets down on these. Look, so far we've picked Umar at plus 200, Evloev at plus 400, Horiguchi at plus 175. You picked Pantoja at plus 225. Aspinall, we both picked. Did we both pick Aspinall, or did you pick Almeida?
I went on a limb and I picked John Almeida.
Okay, but Almeida didn't have odds, so we won't go ahead and talk about that. But Aspinall was the minus 120. Ankalaev was plus 450. That's a good bet. I'll take that bet.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that Pereira is going to stay there. I think he's going to end up going up to heavyweight at some point. And then you've got Arman at plus 225, being the lightweight champ at the end of the year. Hamzat minus 200 at middleweight. Islam minus 150 at welterweight. And then you've got Kayla at minus 200. in the bantamweight women's division, and then you got Natalia Silva at plus 250 and Wei Li at minus 200 in the strawweight. I think those are some good bets. Those are some good bets.
It'll be interesting. It's a fun little game to play. I lost my bet last year. Remember my bet last year?
You were going to be in it?
That was me. Yeah, I lost.
Champion.
It's me. Here's the ticket.
Yeah,
I bet $3 to win 1,000, $13 to win 1,000 for Angelo to be the heavyweight champ at the end of 2025. That did not work out.
This guy, I can't believe you really did that. You bet $1,000.
I even gained $13. They max a lot of these bets because the odds are insane. I even gained the weight.
You would actually have to actually like try to get fight shape for it.
That and at the current state of that division, it's not. I mean, there's a world.
Yeah. There's no world. There's no such thing.
There's a world.
Alejandro Gutierrez, Luke versus Colby Covington at Raw Wrestling. I covered this on the Daniel Cormier interview. Go ahead and watch that interview. And then I also covered it again on a show that will be dropping tomorrow. I did another little quick clip on that. I look to wrap it up quickly on that, though, is that I think I would love for my boy Luke to win, but Colby is the better wrestler. And so
he's
I
smaller,
think that's where you're going to have. He is smaller, but not much. Luke, Luke walks around when he's fit and he's in shape around 210. I think Colby probably walks around about 198, somewhere around there. So, and straight wrestling, the Colby's the better wrestler. There's no doubt about it. Thank you for the $2 super chat in that situation. And then also too on your next one here, the other $5 super chat. I think Armand hear rumors that Islam was about to vacate and take a
fake being injured to get into the easier fight for the vacant belt. And the UFC found out. I think Armand damn dude, write this again. Think Armand here. All right, let's move Think Armand and pretend he said I hear rumors that Islam was about to vacate and fake being injured to get into the easier fight for the vacant belt.
Interesting. No, I don't think
I don't know what the hell.
I don't think he faked being. No, what he's saying is that he faked being injured, and then he's like he would wait to fight for the vacant belt after Islam vacated. So,
so he's saying that's why Arman, when his fight versus Islam fell apart.
Yep. Michael Beal.
Michael Beal saying, do you think Arman faked that back injury, knowing that Islam was going to vacate so he can get the easier fight for the vacant? All right, we got there, Michael. We figured it out.
We did figure it out.
I don't think he did. If he faked that, what career suicide that was.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because look, no matter what, if he would have fought Islam and made it close, even if he was overweight, any of those things, if he would have made it close, he would have still probably been next in line for another title shot. We've seen the UFC do it several times. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did that and if they would have just allowed him to fight. Like, as long as he would have made that fight close. What are you snickering about?
Chaz Bono's man beard commented, does Angelo know that the champ isn't when you fight at double the heavyweight limit? Son of a bitch.
Michael Beal celebrate 1 month of membership. Thank you so much for being a member. I appreciate it. And I feel like I have to put that right up there. So everyone, does Angelo know that champ isn't when you fight at double the heavyweight?
That's news to me. I've been working towards that.
I mean, you're what, 275 now?
No,
after the holidays.
I'm 265.
After the holidays.
I watched my own vlog, and every camera angle that wasn't dead straight, I was like, God damn, Jesus Christ, sideways like that? Who put that angle there?
I did a video at your house when we did the whole like Happy New Year thing, and I just felt like I didn't get your good side, so I cut you out of it and just put my son in it.
I'm walking in the background, and somebody was like, I recognize that big back anywhere.
Yeah, it's exactly what they put. And then my son looks to Angelo and goes, eat more chicken. Oh, that's great. Let's go ahead and show another one of these super chats we got right here. Alejandro Gutierrez says, is Patty's grappling underrated compared to Armand's? Armand's wrestling is better, but don't know about his grappling. Thoughts? I think Patty's grappling, it's not underrated. I think it's fantastic. I just don't think he's had to be challenged against somebody like an Armand in this situation when it comes from wrestling to
off of his back.
Yeah. Patty's a big body, man. He's a very big guy for the weight class of the lightweight division. And Armand is very big as well. I just saw that report from Shara Bullet saying that he actually weighed 2 pounds more than him when they competed just last week.
Oh, that Armin weighed more?
Yeah, they weighed in, and Armand weighed 186, and Shara Bullet weighed 184.
That's so funny because Shara Bullet's whole thing is I'm going to show him why there's weight classes. Just like that was like the point, his exact words. Yep. And he got picked up, slammed down. What's funny is with this comment, it's a good comment. It's interesting. Patty's obviously a very good grappler. Armin's a very good wrestler. And even if Patty is the better grappler, it won't matter. You get to a point where like Patty's not going to submit Armin. Charles Oliveira didn't submit him. Like Patty's not going to do it. You get to a point where you're grappling. Maybe you're not technically the better grappler, but it is certainly good enough to not get submitted.
Mm.
And he's the better wrestler, so he's going to be on top 99% of the time.
Yeah, I get concerned a little bit about the triangle, the leg strength, all that stuff by him.
You got that of Charles Oliveira?
Yeah, Charles Oliveira is, look, he's tall, long, lanky, fantastic grappler, jiu-jitsu guy. But I just think also, too, at the stage that they fought, he's getting a little bit older, 35, I think it was at the time. It's not the same. You're fighting a guy who, how old's Patty? 28, 29? Like that young athletic strength, the wiry strength when it comes to submissions. I wouldn't be shocked, to be honest. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. In no way am I saying it's gonna happen. I'm on the Angelo train on that, where I'm saying like it'd be very hard for him to do it, but it wouldn't shock me if he was able to catch Armand in some sort of like armbar triangle type.
I'd be shocked.
Really?
Yeah,
I would. The reason why, like, Armand leaves his neck in the wrong places at times, so guillotines, those type of positions, I could see that potentially happening, and then armbar triangles. You know, because Armand, anytime he postures up, his arm is available. His triangle, the way he rests his head on the chest, that just sets up any of the push-pull with the arms and able to try to attack on the triangle. So Patty's got a great triangle, man. Fantastic triangle. Here we see it. Let's see. What does it say? When are you announcing Thompson versus Diaz 2 at the White Hat? Nah, that's okay. I'm good. Hard pass, man. Angelo saw me. My back's probably a little bit bigger than his, and I'm only half his size. So right now I'm working. This year is gonna be all about getting rid of the dad bod and getting myself in shape and getting healthy again. Got to work on that just for myself. You know, I don't want to end up looking like Angelo. Hey guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I want to say, Angelo, man, thanks for joining me again on Sunday nights. We're gonna try to continue this as a tradition on Sunday nights, and I enjoy these times. Also, check out Bad Takes. Subscribe to that channel over there, and wewantpicks.com/offer. Use the promo code. What's my promo code? Offer.
Yeah,
and
we can make it. We can change it.
My promo code is and still, but it's wewantpicks.com/offer.
Now that you just make it punk, make it so much easier.
Really, you think so? I don't think it makes that much of a difference.
So much easier.
Everyone knows about our channel, my channel being called and still. Oh, look, we got more.
That's not what the channel's called.
But that's what I call it. Says right here, it says Michael Beal. It says right here, people forget, man. Morales has Fitz versus Adam Fugit.
Had Fitz. Adam Fugit gave him a hard time, but I think that was his UFC debut.
Debut.
And since then, he wears the shit out of a dress and he's been finishing people.
That's hilarious, man. Did you see that video?
I told you he's zesty. Good for him. At least he's who he is. Like, good for him.
You know what's funny, right? You brought that up about the guys in the past, right? You knew what you were getting with Rampage Jackson. I know it was a shtick, but that's kind of Rampage's personality. Chuck Liddell was the thing with the mohawk, but Chuck was a very like ice cold. Like when you talked to him, if you didn't know him, he was kind of cold to you. Like I've known him since 1999 or 97, somewhere around there. But if you didn't know him, he was kind of cold to you. You know, it kind of made sense, right? Vanderlei was Vanderlei. Vanderlei was a nice guy, but he had that like switch that he just turned on when it came fight time. Guys, there were so many fighters that were out there that were just real people. Like literally, like Randy Couture was like Captain America, man, like the all-American guy. It was just fun to be around. Dan Henderson, same thing. You know, H-bombs and this and that. But Dan is who Dan is. I've known Dan since 96, man. Dan Henderson. So a lot of these guys, they had great personalities, but that's exactly who they were when they stepped inside the cage. We don't get that a lot now. We get the influencer type guys. They're
Conor. There's a lot of people trying to be Conor because he got so huge talking shit. Chael Sonnen, well, Tito Ortiz was probably the first true shit talker. And then Chael Sonnen mastered it because he was clever and smart about it. And then Conor was witty and brutal. And then he went back to acting crazy. So now you're getting people cutting WWE style promos, but everybody's just trying. You get the super serious, let me just follow the path and win fights quietly, or you get the I need to be a character, whatever. There's not a lot of true authentic to themselves, or if they are, they're just kind of boring. So there's not a lot of unique, true authentic to themselves. That's where Prates is awesome.
Yeah, I love the fact that what he's doing right now, this is who he is, the smoking, the cigarette, drinking, whatever it is, eating whatever he wants. Like I said, if you guys take a look up Ricardo Mayorga. He just reminds me of Ricardo Mayorga. You know, Ricardo Mayorga was from, I think, Nicaragua, and just had that, like, personality that was just very much like that, and great stuff. All right, man. Hey, guys, want to wrap this up. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us on this live. Like I said, on Sunday nights, we're going to try to keep this thing going. So please tune into us on Sunday nights. And also subscribe on Bad Takes, subscribe on the weighing in, and wewantpicks.com/offer. Check that out. It's $10 a month. If you don't like it, you can cancel anytime. But join at wewantpicks.com/offer. Get the algorithm, get the AI, help you make your bets like we did tonight, where we were trying to show you who's going to be champion at the end of the year. I wrote them all down. So we're going to place these bets, see if you guys want to follow along with us, and we'll see you guys next time.